at it because this is making me cry.
This is so good.
Throw them at me.
The tissues are coming in.
The tissues are going.
Brandy's making me cry.
I got you. Music is supposed to rattle our emotions loose. Mm-hmm. It's part of the process. It's part of the point. Hello, friends. Welcome here. I have been recently falling in love with Brandi Carlile's voice. I've heard it. I have some favorite songs. I've been absolutely shocked by what an incredible vocalist she is, but I have to introduce you to a super fan.
I'm turning into a super fan slowly.
All I hear from Julia is Brandi Carlile, Brandi Carlile.
It's all I can talk about now.
I understand.
She's so great.
So I thought, who better to help walk us through Brandi Carlile's voice than a super fan?
Let me show you some clips and let me please convince you that she's the greatest. Okay, so this is the story from a few years ago, but this is so, so good. Let's have a listen.
See the smile that's on my mouth. It's hard and the words
Flip.
don't come out.
Vocal fry.
And all of my friends who think that I'm blessed,
So good.
they don't know my head is a mess. No, they don't know who I really am.
There's so much emotion.
They don't know what I've been through.
A little bit of distortion.
Mm-hmm.
And I was made for you.
I really want to fix that curl.
Oh, I haven't heard this one.
It's insane. She just goes right into it. Do you have to say that?
I don't want to say it. It's too good.
It's so good.
So, okay, there's something that I have to say out the gates, and you have done more research on this, but what we're hearing stylistically from Brandi is like distortion, vocal fry, flips. Like, it's so gritty.
Right.
And Brandi takes impeccable care of her voice. So she takes vocal training. She does her warm-ups and cool-downs and her exercises and her essential oils and all the things. Like, if you watch her social media before a show, like, she is taking care of her voice. Yes. So what you're hearing here is like an example of what you can do when you have a well-cared-for voice that sounds very dramatic.
Yeah. I think all of Brandi's cracks and flips that you're going to hear right now are all like masterfully placed.
You think
and
so?
Very intentional.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, I like
I
this.
know she just lets it rip,
Yep.
but like she knows exactly what she's doing. Listen. The flip up.
I was made for
The whole like she does a lot of the flipping between registers, but always so controlled. It's like that never happens accidentally. She knows exactly what she's doing.
I might have to agree with you. It's like chest voice, and then we're in head voice. And it's actually, it's very much like a yodel, but it's, you know, like you said, controlled.
I think so.
I mean, I feel like we can all go home and agree that Brandi Carlile's the best, but you've got more for us.
Okay. I've already convinced you.
Yeah.
It didn't take very much.
No, it really didn't.
Okay, I have more. Okay, so this is the joke. We're coming in on the second verse. Okay.
you get discouraged, don't you, girl?
Vibrato and vocal fry. Girl.
It's your brother's world.
She sings it so like
While longer.
lazy and relaxed in her
Yeah,
face.
it's not a big openings.
You gotta dance with the devil on a river to beat the strings.
Strings.
Call it living the dream. Call it kicking the ladder.
Oh, I
A
love
little,
that.
right, a little
They
texture.
come to kick dirt in your face, to call you weak and then displace you after carrying your baby on your back across the desert.
Very forward, like right here.
I saw your eyes behind your hair.
That vibrato.
And
Right?
you're looking tired
It's a very wide vibrato, like
Yes. Takes its
almost
time.
a wobble, like
Yeah. Like that's just
yeah.
Let 'em spin, let 'em scatter in the wind. I have been to the moon.
Oh, crack, right?
I've seen stars, and it just
flawless
so good.
belting. It's flawless.
Yeah. Her voice is so strong.
Feels like you're in church.
Ah, it's so good. Oh, flip again, right?
Wow. It's like more of a mix.
Did you hear that? So this is like, we're going up to that high note. And then she holds that note on like a distortion and then goes to do, the drop down. It's so good. I'm going to listen to that again, okay? A little cry. Vibrato. It's so cool.
Wow.
So good. Oh, and then there she goes.
Effortless.
It's so high.
Woo! Oh, man.
This is like a high A, I think.
She's not even, it's,
No.
It's,
Like all of it is really effortless for her. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah. Like what gets me is I understand lots of people do like flips,
Yes.
between registers. She will do it like a full-on crack. Like she will let her voice crack.
and she doesn't lose any of her pitch. She doesn't lose
Right.
any of
Just
it.
keeps going.
The vibrato is still vibratoing.
Yeah, there's that moment when they were recording, I think the story, T-Bone Burnett. They were in the studio and she does that last like note of the story and she cracks. And I think in the moment it wasn't intentional, but I think they left it in because she's all about being like raw, right, and honest and just like conveying the emotion of the song. And she was asked about this moment later and she says, I know it's technically wrong, but it's emotionally right. And I just love that. It's like, yes, like you're totally right.
As a singer, you have to be making those decisions.
Yeah,
Like
it's technically wrong. To flip and crack is not theoretically proper vocal technique.
Vocal coaches will train that out of you.
But it's emotionally right. It's what the song needs in that moment, you know?
It's an iconic part of her style.
Yeah.
Okay, you have more? I feel like you have more.
We have more. Okay, so this next clip is from Broken Horses from a live performance. This is from her recent album. Okay, just listen to her voice on this.
What? Look at her mouth. How?
Isn't that a good moment? She just does like a scream in there.
But she doesn't. Like it's just here. Like you
Yeah.
can
I don't know. I'm with you. Here,
Look at this.
do that again.
Watch your mouth.
It's so good.
This is good.
Only broken horses know to run.
I feel like she's such a showwoman too. Like she's just so good. Such a good performer. Did you know, Brandy says in her book, I have so many facts. I've learned everything. But she says like she's from Washington, but she has this like sort of kind of a Southern accent.
Yes.
Because she grew up listening to all these country artists as a kid, right? She was singing songs by like Tanya Tucker and Johnny Cash and Dolly Parton, all these people that inspired her. And so she just like adopted this like semi-Southern accent.
Hot tip. You will sound like what you listen to.
True.
So if you're going for a certain vocal style or sound, listen to artists that are in that genre or using those styles, and you'll find those things kind of sneak their way into your vocal repertoire.
Okay, so speaking of influences, I have one more clip for us today. This is Brandy kind of giving tribute to one of her influences of the past recent years. So this is her covering a Joni Mitchell song. She actually performed the whole Blue album as a tribute to Joni Mitchell.
Oh my gosh.
But here's Case of You.
My favorite song. You're gonna make me. This is gonna make me cry.
Yes.
Shoot. And she's wearing sparkles.
Of course.
How dare she?
Just before our love got lost, you said,
No.
I am as constant as the northern star, and I said,
What?
constantly in the darkness, where's that at?
Darkness is like very...
If you want me, I'll be in the bar.
It's so beautiful.
Her interpretation of it is just
On the
so
back of a
beautiful.
cartoon coaster, and the blue TV screen light.
And the change of tone.
Find your map of Canada.
It's so pretty.
The flip up. Oh, it's like masterful.
Sketched on it twice. And you're like holy rain. You're so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a kiss of you, darling, and I would still be on my feet. I'd still be on my feet.
Like,
You talk about it because this making me cry.
it's so good. I feel like she's, in every phrase, it's like her voice is so close to a cry, to a, it's like so close to emotion. Like it's, I don't know, the delivery of this to me is just so good.
It's okay.
It's so like raw and authentic, and like that she means every word of this, and it's just so good.
Throw them at me. Throw them at me.
The tissues are coming in.
The tissues are going.
Brandy's making you cry.
Okay, first of all, in my defense, Case of You just gets me every time. And then it got worse after I watched Joni Mitchell sing it recently, and then I sobbed for like an hour.
Yeah.
But now I can't listen to the song at all. But we got to go back. Where does she start the song?
She does some interesting vowel things in here.
Just before our love got lost, you said, I am as constant as the northern star, and I said,
Star and I said, whatever's happening there, back it up again. This is crazy. Like it's understated. It's understated.
Yeah.
It's subtle. It's not like but
got lost, you said, I am as constant as the northern star, and I said, constantly in the darkness, where's that at? If you want me, I'll be in the bar.
Like, I wouldn't recommend to any voice student to hold a note on
no, I'm always saying don't sing it to your R's.
But it's like,
sing it to your R's. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Also, I feel like when you're listening to this too, like you can hear the respect she has for Joni.
Right.
Like especially if you know some of the story, like you know how much she admires Joni Mitchell, and then you hear her singing this legend song. And like, come on, how many people like Brandi Carlile is tributing Joni Mitchell. It feels like two of the most epic giant singers of all time in the same moment.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Brandy, I feel like is such a great person that like she's very quick to give credit to someone else and say I am who I am because of these women that have gone before me. And so I am just like so happy for all the success that she's having now, and so well deserved. Like, her voice is incredible. Her songwriting is just like
Flawless.
is so good.
So if you need to have a good cry,
Put on some Brandi Carlile.
Have a listen. Just settle in. I think music is so important. I'm always like, I don't love crying on videos that people are gonna see, but I feel like music is supposed to rattle our emotions loose. Mm-hmm. It's part of the process. It's part of the point. Mm-hmm. Okay, so comment below. Tell us your favorite Brandy moments, because I feel like there could just be hundreds of thousands of them. Julia's gonna be in the comments. Yeah. we'll have a grand old conversation. Thanks for hanging in there. I would love to hear from you. Happy singing, and we'll see you around. See ya.